How's it going, you guys? We're at the Frederick and Evans Rose Memorial Garden, and I'm so excited to be here today. I've never been to this rose garden. I was in Sacramento dropping my sister off at the airport. She came out here from Texas to visit with me for a few days, and I said, well, if I'm in Sacramento, I might as well come along and see what they have in Sacramento. I don't get down here very often. I don't enjoy coming to big cities, even though it's not like an absolutely massive city, but I still don't enjoy coming to larger suburban busy areas like this. I prefer my quiet little town of 2,000 people. And I Googled what gardens do they have in Sacramento, and there's a rose garden, and I thought, okay, well, our roses are looking really good in our garden right now, so I want to see how a absolutely massive rose garden looks. This rose garden is huge. I know very little about this place. Like I said, I've never been here, and I Googled it last night at about 10 o'clock at night. So we're gonna take a walk around, and I'm gonna show you guys this place. It is so gorgeous here, and the homes that surround this area are also really old and so beautiful also. So this is going to be an experience for both of us. I do see a plaque right here, and this just talks about becoming a volunteer. I'm gonna walk around and see if I can find any other plaques or any other information on this place, because I would love to know more about it. But it's already looking really, really exciting here. I see lots of like standard roses, and they look like iceberg roses, especially because they do get the little dots of pink occasionally in them, and that's kind of a telltale sign of iceberg roses. And I do see some of the roses have labels on them, but not every single one. So I'm gonna walk over to this plaque really quickly. Perfect. Okay, so you can make reservations. People get married here is what I was hearing, and you can reserve it. I think it's like a 3-hour window for like 150 bucks. Super cheap. And then it says, this rose garden is named in honor of Frederick and Evans, the city's first park superintendent. Oh, that's cool. In 1929, Evans, a landscape architect, began work to improve the area with a design to create a beautiful showpiece within the park. Originally, this area of the park was a running track, which provided an inspiration for the garden, oblong shaped, which makes sense. I was wondering why it's so long. It goes all the way over there, and it's not very deep. I mean, you can see I was just over that way, and then it goes all the way down over there. It's absolutely massive. Also, sorry, I'm really cold. It's freezing this morning, and I just have a light sweatshirt on. My hands are so cold. So I'm going to try to finish reading this really quickly without fumbling too much. Throughout its early years, Evans experimented with many different roses until he found the perfect mixture of different varieties that could strive during Sacramento's hot summers. It was Evans' desire that the garden be used for educational purpose. City residents could come learn how to care for their own roses and plants at home. On December 13th, 1946, the garden was permanently named in Evans' honor. Let's go take a look around. These boxwood hedges, though, they're giving me life. I love these boxwood hedges. And I also see some like hydrangea standards. I wonder if they're labeled. Look at these hydrangeas. See, if Sacramento can grow hydrangeas, then we can grow hydrangeas. And they look like they're probably limelights or something like that. They're so pretty. So we're here for the rose garden, but I'm showing you guys the hydrangeas now. Okay, so it looks like it's got this still circle shape to it, and every single one of these edges is lined with the concrete border and then boxwood hedging. And this is exactly what I want to do, is keep it low like this and keep it very narrow and long like this in my garden. So basically, I want to copy this idea of having it look something like this right here in the garden. I actually love the idea of having the trellis here. I think it'd be really pretty to do one more, and a fourth one, because that's all I would have room for, is something like that. I think that would be really pretty. And you guys can see the rose that's growing over this is huge. So let's see if I can find a name on this one, because that's a huge rose. No name, but look at the trunk on that. I mean, come on. That is huge. That's a whole tree right there. The thorns on it are pretty wicked though. You can see some standards. Look at that. That is so, so pretty. I love this peachy color. If you guys look out this way, I'm sure you guys can see how many roses there are. Like I said, I see names on some of these roses, but not all of them. I think there's a lot of repeats is the way I'm kind of seeing it. This is a really bright yellow color. That is so gorgeous. And we're gonna come down this way. Who do we have over here? You guys can see there has been lots of dew in the gardens. It is so, so pretty here. That's a really pretty, that's fun. That's a really fun colored rose. Isn't it so crazy that we're in December and that we get roses blooming here? This is why I do love gardening in California. While the summers are hard to garden and not so enjoyable, and that's kind of our off season, winter totally revitalizes me here. It just makes me feel like I can garden again, and because everything is coming back to life during the winter time. I mean, the roses are just, they're so gorgeous here. Let me show you this one. I don't want to walk in there, but this one's called Over the Moon. That one right there. Those are big flowers. They're really pretty. And this one's called Crimson Bouquet. Oh, look at, there's a better bloom over here. Oh, it's okay. Still so pretty. I love this apricot color of this rose. This is a really, really pretty one. No name on it. I would love to come here during the growing season when all of these are actually in full bloom. Some of these got some really wicked thorns on them. Like, look at this. That is not fun. And look at their standards. They're so thick and so healthy. I want to kind of inspect this and see how they cut it back. It looks like they just keep shearing it just the same way I'm doing it. Look at the rose hips on this. These are big rose hips. Those are really pretty. Love this circle that they have. Lots of little cutouts. You can see it's just kind of like draws you back into it. I feel like I could spend hours here looking at this garden. It's so big. It's massive. It just goes on. Let's go over and check out these smaller ones right here. This has got to be some type of like tea rose. Look at it. Is that not just absolutely perfect? And I love this soft color. This just screams like a bridal color rose. It's funny, some of the ones that are labeled look the absolute worst, so it's really funny. Like this one right here is called Fame. There's nothing on there. Oh, that's so funny. This is Knockout. There's one super vibrant colored rose right there. Oh, look over here. See, what I do love is that they have the whole center with roses, and then this outer walk is full of other shrubs. While they're not my favorite, they are really pretty. They are really pretty, but I just don't love the shrub look of these guys. Oh, look at this pretty color. Oh my gosh. That is so gorgeous. Okay, let's go to the other side because I saw lots of topiary or standard style roses. I cannot believe this place. I'm so glad that I last minute looked up checking out this place. It is so beautiful here. And there are so many very well established roses in this garden. And there are some really unique ones. I mean, look at this. The coloration on it. And then you can see here's one that's a little bit more mature. And here's a newer bud. That is just so pretty. They're all so healthy here. I would be so nervous to have this many roses on the property and all of a sudden introduce like rosette to the garden or something like that. Because once that happens, you pretty much lose your rose crop. And that's really, really sad. This one caught my attention. Look at her. I don't think I've loved a rose more than this. This one kind of makes me want to cry a little bit, how beautiful that is. I need to know the name of this rose. If any of you know who this rose is, please let me know. I know I don't have much room for another rose, but the coloration on her, she is so pretty. Even this bloom that's quite aged, and she probably won't last more than this afternoon, is still so beautiful. I can't get over the way she looks. She looks very magical. A very magical, large, beautiful rose. Wow. That was a really, really beautiful rose, and I would love to add that to my garden. Ones that kind of have big impact. I'm going the wrong way. We were going this way. And that one rose threw me off. But it's okay, that was so worth it. You guys see this? Look at this. And here is the standards that they have in all these corners. Oh, this one is labeled. Let's see if it's an iceberg. Nope, it just says this garden is in memory of Elizabeth Beth Page. Look at the trunk on that thing though. This has got to be some type of iceberg rose. These are so beautiful. And then you can see in this quadrant here, it's 3, 6, 9 standards. And that repeats over in this trellis over here. And it's lined down there with the same exact ones. Look at this one. This is so full. Wow. This one is very happy where it's at. It almost looks like a giant shrub because of the standard of the same rose behind it that just fills in. I would love to get my standard to be this healthy. I just cannot get over how thick and happy this trunk is. This has got to be many years old because our silver lining rose that we have is probably about 5 years old. I always am drawn to these soft, peachy pink colors. They're so pretty. Look, there's some more standards right there. A line of them. I love that they repeat it. So it's all the repetition. So it's the standards on this side and then the standards on this side. It's really gorgeous. But what I also love is that this side is very different than this side over there. So you get two different looks to the garden, but the middle is totally cohesive with the standards and the standards and the standards. And then that side is a lot of shrubs. And this side is, I see so many more standards, you know, the 3 over there, the 3 over, oh, it's 4, 4, and a couple over here. And I see some yellow ones back there. So it's really cool because it feels all cohesive because it's all roses, obviously. But it also still feels cohesive when you're on this side because it matches the topiaries, or the standards, I guess. I mean, the way that the sunlight is hitting a lot of this area is just so beautiful. I just can't get over the fact that this has been here and I never knew it was here. Oh, look at this. I know we're looking at roses, but I'm getting distracted by the plants that they have planted outside. Look at the cypress right here. This is huge. It smells delicious the second you walk up to it. I wonder what this is, because it's got the same growth habit like a saguaro cypress like we have. I mean, you look at that right there, it's basically the same thing. Isn't that not just so pretty though? The sunlight coming through and the boxwoods. It's picturesque. Okay, let's go down this way. Oh, look at this olive tree too. We're gonna get over to this section. Just have to check it out. We're gonna go inside. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I know my shadow is making lighting a little bit weird. but it's so pretty. Okay, you guys, that is going to be it for this video. I cannot wait to come back here when this garden is in its full glory. It is so beautiful here, and I'm so glad that I was able to make the stop. If you guys are anywhere near this area, I would say stop by now so you can appreciate it for the beauty that it has right now, because there are so many blooms that are still blooming. It is crazy. If you are not in the area, I would say it's probably going to be worth the drive during the spring and summertime, probably closer to summertime when roses are a little bit more blooming. But this place was so magical, and it is giving me all of the vibes that I want in my garden. I would love to have a rose garden like this. This is so spectacular and so special. I mean, the arches that they've created, the walkways that they've created, you could have a lot of people here and not feel like people are in your space because of how many walkways there are. This place is absolutely crazy. I would love to get some overhead drone footage of this place next time I come down here. Like I said, this was a random stop that I wasn't even planning on stopping at, but I think it was so worth it. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.